Introducing the Hyatt Coaching Team, a group of diverse, targeted, and motivated educators ready to support elementary schools as they strive to reach their building goals. Aligned precisely to Douglas County School District's strategic plan and armed with current research, knowledge, and hope for students, this Hyatt team is ready to be authentic agents of change, supporting teachers and staff and making sure that that support is targeted and within the building's plans. On the Hyatt coaching team, we worked really hard to determine some characteristics that would drive us through the year, and we all made agreements that we would be listeners, we would honor Stephen Covey's 7 norms of collaboration, we would focus on the purpose with positive intent, we would seek to understand, not taking things personally, honoring that failing forward model, we would trust in shared leadership, be proactive and know our schools, creative, and have a sense of humor. We also defined some team norms that just kind of encompass things like if one person can't be at a meeting, we'll reschedule, talking to Danelle if there's any kind of escalation at a school, and providing teammates with judgment that is constructive, and being able to take feedback in a way that, with a growth mindset. I also came up with a team poster, and I did this because for me, visually, it's really great to see how 6 people can come together and then pull out strengths that will make that team strong and effective. Let me introduce everyone on the Hyatt coaching team. First, we have Danelle Hyatt. She is the director of schools, and Danelle defines herself as very flexible, assertive, expressive, responsible. She is a learner, a maximizer, a relator, and an achiever. And then from professional development, we have Jeff Milsna. He is from professional development. I just said that. Never mind. But he is a trainer, and he's driven, creative. He differentiates instruction, and he's a tech geek. Hence this great program that we are presenting to you today. And then there's Mary Lisa Harper. That is me, and I am a curriculum coordinator with World Class Education. And I define myself as an imaginer, a visionary. I like change. I have lots of experience with primary students. I am creative, approachable, flexible, and a problem solver. We also have Linda Conway from technology, and Linda is a visionary. She ideates, and she's a relator. Linda empowers others. She's very outgoing, adaptable, and responsible. And we have Nancy Ingalls from Personalized Learning. Nancy is analytical, empathetic. Nancy is a listener. She is reflective and another visionary. And last but not least, we have Lori Jones from Assessment. Lori likes change. She's data-driven, instructional. She has lots of experience. She thinks outside the box. She's positive and outgoing. She sees potential, and she is very creative. So together, we pulled out these strengths, and we dream that we are going to be leaders, riskers, flexers, changers, empathetic, and instructors. And we are all ready to maximize with diversity and expertise as we support goals, implementation plans, and results. It was a really great experience the second time the Hyatt coaching team got together to look at those building leadership team goals. And when we did that, we kind of zeroed into the team's filters, as we are wanting to create our own filter to move us forward this year. And I used a program called Wordle, and all of us know this program. You import words, and when the words repeat in the finished piece, the words are bigger. So, for instance, choice was obviously something that was in a lot of the filters. I noticed collaborative, risk-taking, creativity, and many more pieces that we value in Douglas County School District, and we're really looking forward to supporting with these schools.
Hi, my name's Lori Jones from the Assessment Office. I would like to talk to you about our process for developing our desired and our current state, looking at our current state. What we did is we looked at what our dream state would be and kind of analyzed what we brainstormed and put together some common themes. From those common themes, we came up with our big rocks. We came up with 6 different big rocks. You can see at the top, differentiation and personalization, school plans, learning progressions, consistent messaging, measuring impact, and an adaptive culture. From there, we really had to focus on this was about our team. So what was our team's current state with regard to these big rocks? And then where did we want to move to? From there, we had to think about what evidence did we have? What data sources would we use to determine are we moving from our current state to our desired state? For instance, when you look at learning progressions, we've decided that our team would all take the learning progression classes that will be developed this year and offered by the district. Not only did we want to take it, we wanted to move towards facilitating those learning progression classes. And so you can see how we've moved from what we have done in our current state to what we have, where we want to go with our desired state. And we came up with a template to actually track this progress that we make. So that's one of the examples of our desired rocks, or our big rocks, and our current and desired state. And you'll see in future slides that we've even taken our big rocks, the 6 big rocks, and as we worked with these, we came up with how some of those kind of overlapped and came up with just 3 big rocks overall, and they are school plan and support, learning progressions, and adaptive culture.
Hello, my name is Jeff Melsna. I am the Center for Professional Development represented on this coaching team. The first item I'm going to be talking to you about today is the continuous improvement cycle model that our team selected. We selected the model that is currently being utilized by the Douglas County School District. In our team discussion, we decided to select this model because we wanted to maintain consistency with the direction of the district as we analyze how we're going to reach our dream state. And our thought is a majority of our schools and the staff in them would be utilizing that same model. In this segment of the presentation, I'm going to be talking to you about our gap analysis related to the big rocks that we as a team identified. The big rocks we identified were, number 1, our ability to provide school plan support. Number 2, our coaching team's progress on the learning progressions. And number 3, adaptive culture. For each of these, we identified our current state, which is identified in each as the CS, and where our team stands on the continuous improvement cycle. Now this is denoted right down here for each one of them. We are going to be talking about that in a little more depth later in the presentation. Also, for each of the big rocks, we identified and agreed to some interim checks that we would be working through in order to reach our desired state. So you'll notice for each one of them, we've identified at least one interim check. The pictures you see on the screen were taken during our August 28th team meeting. During this meeting, our team identified our current state, our dream or desired state, and then through the process of doing gap analysis, we were able to identify the big rocks that our team was going to face. Throughout this process, we were able to use our individual strengths and collaborative teamwork to continue to work forward to achieve our goal. And this is something that we will continue to do throughout the year.
Hello, my name is Nancy Ingalls and I'm from the Department of Personalized Learning. Our team synthesized 6 big rocks into 3. We evaluated our current state with those 3 big rocks and identified some interim checks toward the desired state. And then we moved on to discuss what stage we felt we were in the continuous improvement cycle. We then discussed potential inputs, outputs, and impacts in each of the 3 big rocks. In the area of schools plan support, we felt that we as a team were really in the explore stage on this big rock. We identified some inputs or actions that we would take, some products or outputs that would result from our actions, and then the impacts or results those may have. And also we discussed ways that we would measure those impacts. So for example, one input for school plan support will be that we will provide each school with interim feedback based on the summative plan rubric. We'll do this quarterly. The product that we will have will be a feedback page for every school housed on our coaching team Google site. And then the result of that will be the school's ability to reflect on our feedback and refine their plan. We will measure this by the adjustments that they make and the way that they refine. With our district learning progressions, we felt that we were in the implement stage with this big rock. Overall, we will ourselves participate in the learning progressions as participants and then working toward facilitator in certain areas. We will also work with our building leadership teams to encourage and support their participation in the progressions. We will track the progress both among ourselves on our team and with our building leadership teams. And the result will be that we will have increased capacity amongst our team and through our building leadership teams to have facilitators in the district able to offer these progressions to the rest of the system. And finally, in the area of adaptive culture, our team felt that we were in the create stage on this big rock. We've done some preliminary work in the last few weeks establishing communication systems and ways that we are going to document and house our work. And so we were a little farther along in this area. But all in all, there are several inputs, outputs, and impacts in this area. Many of them relate to our emphasis in communicating consistently with each of the schools while at the same time aligning our support with each of their BLT plans. This is where we will focus on very personalized coaching for each school, and then we will collect feedback from the schools to measure our progress in the personalization. We will use that feedback to refine our coaching and move forward.